that it should find the right way. The Ebershter listen to the davening. We also, davening, talk to the Ebershter, not just.
Yeah, Rabbi say good evening. Simir Reish Nun.
Oh.
Simir Reish Nun.
$8. Right? Like you have to.
What was that void of Yitzchak Avinu? What did the Torah tell us all about what Yitzchak did?
Mincha.
What was he very busy with in the Passion?
What
was he busy with? Pashtus Aksuvim. What was he busy with? He was digging wells. He was digging wells. What was the idea of digging wells? What does it mean digging wells? What was the sidus behind digging wells? They say the Lerner, there was once an individual that he read in Zohar, said that if someone doesn't talk for 40 days, they have Gilei Eliyahu Navi. See, he tried it out. No, there was no Gilei Eliyahu Navi. The Kitzi, he heard that the Lerner is a tzaddik, the Rabbi Yisrael Friedman, the Lerner Rebbe, traveled to Lerner. I'll ask him. He came to Lerner, he started seeing what goes on. The Lerner Rebbe was very malchustic. And the way he ran his chotzer, full of riches. Everything was riches. So he thought to himself, this is not someone that you ask such questions about. Gilei Eliyahu Navi. This is not the one. I came to the wrong place. Anyways, before he left, he saw that the Lerner had went over to his horses. He had nice, beautiful white horses, and he started patting the horse. So he couldn't help himself. He went over and he said, Rebbe, could you maybe explain to you what is the special avodah of patting the horse? This is like a very deep avodah over here. He was laughing, but what's the deep avodah of patting the horse? So the Lerner told him, this horse, you should know, didn't talk for 40 days. For 40 days, didn't talk. What's the Nakoda? Nakoda is you cannot talk for 40 days and also remain a horse. You remain a fed. It's not about. It's a similar story happened with the Baal Shem Tov, that someone came to Baal Shem Tov and said he didn't talk for 40 days. So, and then happened to Gilei Eliyahu. What happened? Baal Shem Tov asked him, did you daven during the 40 days? He said, of course I daven. So that was Yidvarim B'Teilim. His davening was not be'erech, what it should have been for someone who's looking for Gilei Eliyahu Navi, right? So the davening was that was begeder the Dvarim B'Teilim be'erech. So kapanim. Anyway, so when Yitzchak was digging for the wells, there was a deeper inyan in it. What was the inyan of digging the wells? Yitzchak, the obvious bechlal, the whole idea was that they're bringing down a godliness into it, a lekos. Yeah, Avraham Avinu was a yikra shem Hashem kel olam. It was the inyan that he wanted to bring the Eibishter into the world, kel olam, to tell everyone it's the Eibishter. The Gemara says a story about Achnas Orchim and how he had Arviyim benched to Hashem. He wanted to bring the idea of the Eibishter in the world. And the Rambam explains that he had thousands of followers, the Rambam explains. He made chiburim. The Rambam wrote chiburim works to explain the philosophies. He started a new Echadai Avram. It was Avram Ivri. Kol ha'olam me'ever echad. Avram was be'ever acher. He started a whole new thing. Yitzchak, also his idea was bringing a likus in the world. A likus, he did it a little different than Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu, he had an avodah where he was kulei chesed. When Hashem told him about Yitzchak, he's going to have a son, he said, Lu Yishmael yichil lefanecha. What's that Yishmael? What's he so busy with Yishmael? So Avram Avinu's chesed, b'li gvul chesed, b'li gvul ava, even Yishmael. Yitzchak was under the madrega. It says that he was in a gvura. Yitzchak's avodah was not that he he looked to find the likus within the world itself. He dug deeper in to discover the water, to discover the live water. He dug deeper into the world to discover that the world itself has a likus. Avram Avinu's avodah was he drew down a likus from above to below. He didn't look inside the world itself. Therefore, when the Arvim came and he had them, Baruch Hu L'Misha Amar B'Hayolim, they didn't understand this. This wasn't them. This is Avram Avinu pushing this on them. Yitzchak's avodah was to see in the person himself and in the world around him, to dig. And when you dig deeper through the dirt, you'll eventually get to the water. Uncover the covers of the world of Elam Hazeh. Take away the klippa and realize that there is a likus in the world itself, that there is everything that comes from Hashem. Avram Avinu was a different avodah. The world is a world, and the world is a place where we don't see a likus. There's no likus in the world. In order for me to bring a likus, I have to mamshich a likus from somewhere else. Al derech, you have to take water. You don't have water here, and you pour water in from some other source. Yitzchak said, no, we don't. I see that there's a likus in the world itself. So, the yesh bazeh ma'shein bazeh. Each one has a maila over the other one.
That's why everyone says the move plishtim after.
By Avraham Avinu made Baitis, it didn't last. It said the plishtim stuffed them up, his Baitis. Why didn't it last?
Need to go dig again.
Because his avodah wasn't this avodah of seeing the likus within the world. His avodah was to draw down a likus. So his Baitis didn't last. Yitzchak's Baitis lasted.
How he draw down a likus from here? He had to show that there is a likus in this world. He showed the flow sabori.
Let me ask.
How do you prove
Mat and Torah?
How you prove a likus
Mat and Torah? Mat and Torah. There was an unbelievable. A good question. Vayered Hashem al Sinai.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And what the gilui that was seen, a shivcha saw giluyim then that even Nevi'im didn't see. Or by Kriyas Yamsov, Yitis Mitzrayim, Grace giluyim. Let me ask him, Har Sinai, after Matan Torah, Har Sinai is a holy place?
No.
It's a regular mountain. It may be historical, a tourist attraction.
They say there's a church on top now.
And they say the stone, they have the stone over there. They say that there's so many.
Wow.
Which mountain is it? But Akapanim, there's absolutely no Kedusha to the mountain. Could it be? It was what do you mean? Matan Torah happened on the Har. How's it shy such a thing? When we put on tefillin, the tefillin is halik. As soon as you put it on, it becomes Kedusha. Tashmisha Kedusha. Har Sin doesn't even have the get of Tashmisha Kedusha. Shat is, the Likus came only Momaylo. So it didn't connect with the Mata. So the Likus was here, the Eibush is Kol Yachol, he could come in Megala himself on a Har. But as soon as the Eibishter goes up, the Shechina goes on Maila, the Har remains a Har. The Shivcha, after the Shivcha, Rasa Shivcha Yam, Ashaleiro, call it Navim, or Yecheskel Navi, after there was after the Amsel, the Shivcha remained the same Shivcha as she was. She was still cleaning the toilet. It was the same Shivcha. It didn't change. The Eibush is so great in such a gili that Afil the Shivcha was able to see it. But the Shivcha didn't become Ois Shivcha. The Har didn't become Ois Har. The Har is a Har, and it's a regular Har. It's not a Makam Amikdash, it's not a Makam Kedush, it's zero. Nothing. That's something when the Likus comes, Momaylam, it's at the Eibishter's Ligvol.
Could have been Megayah. Could have been Megayah. The people from Avri are Megayah, no?
Could be Megayah, but Mitzad the Gilui didn't affect it. She didn't become a Navi. She wasn't a Navi later on.
It made a change. It made a change in her life.
It mentions
the question is how much you want to internalize it. The Yidden went to Chet Egel afterwards. It did Avedis. It was a Shaila. How much you want it?
That's a pell in itself.
Right. But
how could you go in a very high much reggae and fall down so low? How low could you go?
Very good question. And
very not understandable.
But the idea, the outline of the answer is something in the direction that that whole gili that happened during Matan Torah was above us. We didn't feel like this is something out of this world, and we didn't connect to it internally. We didn't internalize it. So after that revelation went away, things subsided down, and now back to normal life. Masha'in came when it says on Mashiach will come, there's no turning back. The world itself is going to be a different place. The nature of the world will change. Everything, the nature itself, it all.
There won't be no hostile responding, you say.
No.
There's no tavern.
Avram Avinu's Arvim, when they left him, they remained Arvim.
Sure.
They were Arvim. Yitzchak he internalized change. He changed because how did he make it internal? Because he dug deep within the world and he said, look, the world's real Yisoid is a likus. And we don't have to bring a likus from somewhere else to here, from Shemayim to the Aretz. The Aretz Gufa has a likus in it. I don't see it. Take off the clothing, take off the hester. Let's dig deeper. You'll see this Mayim Chayim.
Avram Avinu knew that also.
Avram Avinu had his avodah, which Yitzchak didn't have a koyach.
Yeah, but that's how he understood. He learned that there was a.
What was Yitzchak's Avram Avinu's Maila over Yitzchak? Avram, as much as Yitzchak worked digging the Beiris, as much as you dig deep in the Aretz, the lakus that you're going to discover is limited. If you bring a lakus from Maila, it's believable. Avram Avinu's avodah was much more oyer than Yitzchak's avodah. It was much more light.
More spiritual
and more infinite. Yitzchak's avodah was more internal. It had another mila. It went before pnimius in the person. It wasn't he actually made real change. How far, it says that there's a vart, when we're signing with this, it says that the vart in Yiddish from the Fidik Rebbe, that Gringer is as man nennt beim Hand. Higher is as man arbeit allein. It's always easier to be led, be pulled by hand and shown what to do. Yeah. Right? It's easier, and maybe you'll reach higher levels. However, it's more tired, more precious when you do it yourself. When you do it yourself, you can't reach the heights that if you're pulled from someone up. Someone gives you a pull and yanks you up, it's a whole different thing. You have to climb yourself, it's much harder. But it's more precious. It's you. It's not someone else. Avram Avinu's avodah was a higher avodah because it was more maila. Yitzchak's avodah was lower. It was more mata. But which one was more primi? Made a internal change. Yitzchak's beiris were not loy sitvam plishtim. They stayed. They lasted longer. Avram Avinu, the oyer, once the oyer was gone, al pnei kol echa, what steht da, Yishkein? That Yishmael was neufel after Avram Avinu was a stalik. Kol zman Avram Avinu was kayom Yishkein. Kol pnei echa Yishkein. After the pnei kol echa nafal, he had a nefila.
A Russian? What was in the film?
Seems he had a nefila. The feeling is madrega.
That's why it's a Yitzchak that is by Zrob and Soda. Yitzchak Avinu was starting to go plan in the field. Yeah, he brings Lakud down to earth. And when he find 100% more than he did. He do 10%, Rebbe should put 100%. That's a Lakud.
And it says something else. האדם רוצה בכף שלו יותר מתשעה קבין של חברו. When you do something, it's more pressure for you when your friend will give you 100 of us. You do it yourself.
Yeah. It's more gratifying.
Yeah, Rabbi say, Hachonis, Hasudis, L'Shabbos, Oboy, Ches, Sifim, Pejeshno. L'Oilam Yashkim Odom. A person should always wake up early on Friday morning with Troyech, L'Hochin, Sochi, Shabbos, Be'er Shabbos. Aboiker. V'rem is l'davar, Shenem, Avahoye, Be'em Hashishi, V'hichinu, Es Asher Yaviu. Mashma la'alter she'yaviu, yechinu. Right when they brought it, they prepared it.
It's the month?
Yeah.
Yeah, month.
V'hava haitzva baker. She'ilak haitzva baker. So they brought it in
the morning.
In the morning. As soon as they brought it in, they prepared it. I mean, the Erev Shabbos in the morning, that's a remez that we should get ready, start getting ready for Shabbos.
By the way,
Closer on to Shabbos, you should add and do more things. But they said that you'll find a double portion of man. Mishnah. It's another emes. This comes to teach us why in Mishnah a second time you should make hachana. You should minimize your learning in that Shabbos. The kol shekin b'shariska, obviously your business. You have someone to take care of it for you. Someone's preparing for you. Then you're able to continue learning or doing your business as usual. Otherwise, you have to memait. Siv Gimel. Afnoyigim b'ksas mekoymesh lekvay yeshiva ben Shabbos shelimud hayeshiva udavashin kitzvah. Sitting and learning in yeshiva ain't like kitzvah. There's no gvul to it. Sharagin lefalful. V'shem yimshuch v'harbi bepulam v'lo yehelam pnai achakach lahochin tzarech Shabbos. You see the problems they had then? You have something which is davar sheyesh lekitza, has a limit to learning, not bligvol. Also, it's something which you ragel l'oim de b'chol yoyim. Then ein loy levat loy ber Shabbos. Even if you don't usually learn it every day, if you learn with other people, don't be mevatel. Even if one learns by himself. So we have here a few levels here. If it's a yachid, in general, you have to know yeshiva. In many places, they don't have an Erev Shabbos. If you're learning something which has a kitzvah and it's ragel aloim day every day, you learn every day. So then you're allowed to. Even if you don't learn it every day, but you're learning it with a rabbi and with other people, and even if you're learning privately. And you don't learn it every day, but it's something that you're supposed to learn at a Shabbos, that you're allowed to do.
Like Marva said.
Marva said, but he means Peter Shashi, but Peter Shashi means Marva said.
Marva said.
Marva said, there's one Pirush with Targum Onkelos, and one Pirush with Rashi. It says, Yireh Shemayim Yoytzei Shneim. It's Marva the parasha of Peter Shashi. If you learn Chumash Rashi every day, you have it already. And then and then you learn, you Marva said with Targum Onkelos. If afterwards he doesn't find anyone to buy anywhere to buy food for Shabbos, then don't make your learning in the morning when you're able to go out and buy. Learn later. What happens if you're going to wait to daven Shachris? You're not going to be able to go and get food. The stores are closing. Wow. Say Kriyashma. About Tefillah, Nimshas Mani Yosef, man Tefillah is longer. Maybe his man Tefillah is going to go by. Zokter Mikol Moki Mitzuzu Shel Achonas Su the Shabbos He Overes Bevada. It's a mitzvah Overes. So over here you have tefillah b'tzibur, tefillah b'zmana, and a mitzvah iveres. So the whole entire mitzvah is going to go away, not just b'zman. The sudas, you're not going to have what to have a suda for. So the mitzvah iveres is koidim to the inyan of tefillah b'zmana. Unless he says the mekom mispal and atzibur mispal. a yifish man. If you have a minyan, a davening, and then you don't have to be Polish for them.
Unless you can't find food afterwards. Can't buy food for Shabbos. So how do you resolve that problem?
Seems over here that this overweighs.
You don't eat nothing on Shabbos. You don't eat.
No, this probably means extra. You can't fast on Shabbos. The Islam and Torah we learned, right?
You're talking about more. How you call it? More.
Maybe
not
extra
essential
things,
food.
maybe.
Extra food like
Chura.
that.
So what's the priority?
Referring
That's
to
the question.
people who couldn't
You're gonna
find
miss
money to buy
Chatzos.
food over Shabbos?
What?
Is it referring to people who don't have the money to buy food for Shabbos?
No, you have the money. Just worry the store is going to close.
I mean, well, what time is the person davening shop already? Is he davening at 12 o'clock?
Listen, he's in a place where the marketplace are run by Goyim.
Yeah.
They're selling fish and they sell various things for Shabbos.
Yeah.
So it's not. He's not up to him. It's not like over here where they're open till 10 minutes before Shkia, right?
No,
So
but I mean, if on Friday you daven at the 7:30 million, you're at 8:30. There's no reason why you can't make it to the store before Shabbos.
in a Hanami, I don't know the exact conditions that it doesn't really apply to this as halachas.
It's a snowstorm. It's a
snowstorm.
There'll be a snowstorm.
I was in Israel now, and I went to the place the stuff for Shabbos. I bought everything Tuesday night. I forgot the chon. I went 11 o'clock on Friday, so I told the guy, "Can I have like a pound of chon?" Now, 11 o'clock, forget it.
It's sold out,
Yeah.
How I understand that halacha.
You know,
and those are also like 12 o'clock.
Forget it.
In Israel, they close early.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They exit early.
This is 4
I'm
o'clock.
American. I come to the store and they're like nothing.
Nothing left.
Tuesday night.
American, when they see start getting dark, they're going to the store.
They start buying on Thursday night. Well, most people
Exactly.
are shopping Thursday
Right,
night.
especially now in the winter.
In the winter, Thursday night, it's packed.
Right.
Tonight, nothing. Thursday.
Now, Siv Daled. All these halachas show to us how important the idea of Kovod and Oneg Shabbos is. Someone one time commented to me that until he learned his halachas, he didn't realize, chveis macht that shulent mit der das. No, there's a whole so many halachas into Kovod and Oneg Shabbos. It's a real thing. You have to mechabed Shabbos and Oneg Shabbos.
Sef Mokir Shabbat. The story.
Right?
Yeah.
The first page of Mashiach Shabbos. Rabbi Malach Sebut. Rabbi used to make the herring.
Afilu mishi yesh kama avodim. Yesh v'shtadel lohochim ma'atzmi tzorchei Shabbos. Shekeinu b'chol mitzvahs mitzvahs mishul. You should be involved yourself. Make the challenge. Get involved. Make the soup, the fish. Afilu mishu adam chashuv b'yoyser. Very chashuv. Vein darki likach dvarim nashok. V'leilis asik b'melachis shebebayis. He doesn't get involved in household things. He has people doing it for him. Chayiv l'shtadel v'lasi shum davar mitzvah Shabbos ba'atzmi. Zehu kvoidi shel Shabbos. So basically, we have our two levels here. The beginning of Sivdal, we said yesh l'shtadel lahachim atzah Shabbos. That's the end of a shtadlos. Then there's a chiyuv that even the Adam Chashav Yeh says shum davar, something he has to do. No one ain't lucky. No one is free from doing something for getting ready for Shabbos. He has to have a Shabbos chore. A Shabbos, something he has to do to get ready for Shabbos.
So what are the options for the chores?
Let's see. Good question.
Getting dressed,
Learning.
or learning.
The Gedoylei HaChachamim are yoisim
Is that a chore?
atzmam malaches. Take a look. She'eina lefi kvoidam. The great Chachamim would do malaches themselves, even though it was not honorable for them. Kidei laharbis b'kvoid Shabbos. And now he goes to the Gemara, which is in Daf Kufyu Tes and Shabbos. Yesh mehem b'rasam amiroyim shemichatech hayorek dak tak v'atzmi. Prepare the salad.
He diced it.
Dice the vegetables. Yesh mehem shoyim avakin eitzim b'atzim. Some would chop the wood themselves. Yeshim sheim matzah ur tachas eitzim atzim. He would get the fire, create a fire. Those days you had to create a fire. V'shtadel to create the fire, light it. V'yeshim shimasakan abayis mfana kli achoyel machlis kelim atzichem Shabbos. He'd move around the kelim. Move in what you need for Shabbos, take away the weekday things.
A lot of shlom bayit when they're doing this.
The Asik Zaya, Yoytze, Vinichnis, Obesa in Eitznichnis Tamim Besa Shabbos. Loitzi Ki Achoyel, Lahachnas Masois Kitashmish, Big Day Choifish, Umini Begodim, Lahadis Kwele Shabbos, Choshev Olav. Bechorid Lekvoidi Ka'odam Shemakabel Rabbi Bebesei. Someone is receiving his Rebbe in his household. He goes out the full yard, he's cleaning and doing everything.
What's the chorat means? What does that mean?
Chorid, Lekvoidi?
Yeah, well, what's the translation?
Chorid, he's.
What?
Afraid.
Fair.
Afraid.
Who?
Fair.
Trembling.
Trouble.
Fear, a chorodom.
Charada, Lashon Charedim.
Now I get it.
Chorid, yeah.
I
Vayechara.
know that.
What could I am?
Shu marale shu choshev ala v'chorid lekvoidi l'treich l'habes v'shvilei. He shows him how important it is. He's choshev by him to prepare for him, to make dishes for him. Same thing for Shabbos. Mehem yilmeid kol from these ameroyim. Everyone should learn the troich ba'atzmei. Va'al yoymar eich efgem bekvoidi. Ki zeu kvoidi. That's your covet.
Mechaber
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
Covet is that your honor is to mechavet
That's your
Shabbos.
covet.
This is good covet. Yesh li zar sifhei lahashchiz asakim chol Shabbos. Sharpen the knife every other Shabbos. Ki zeu mikvoid Shabbos. Shemechen atzmei la'achila. V'remazol davar ichinu is asher yaviu. V'tevas es nirmaz hasakin. How is es, like it says, Malashim le'itim olam izmaitis. Like it says in the Navi, Yeshaya. You see, like it says, v'chitzu chabaisam le'itim. Le'itim here means
There needs plowshare.
Umizmerotehem.
Malashim le'itim. Olam izmaitis, the knife. So v'hichinu es. Prepare the es. Prepare the es.
What's that?
V'oimer, prepare the knife. V'yadayte ki shalom alecha v'dashacham zu hashchaz hasakin. Ki im keya habarzol v'leyuchel lachtech ein du shalom bayis. You're not able to cut the meat and the food.
Don't knife.
Dull knife.
Don't.
It's not shalom bayis. I don't think shalom bayis over here means in ishta ishta. I think it means it's not shalom in the house. It's not a nice atmosphere in the home.
Are you allowed
It'd be stressful.
It could also bring to
Can't
some
cut.
issues of an ishta ishta. It could bring to some other things, you know. But anyways, you know, it used to be there was trucks that went around that would sharpen the. You remember?
I remember, yeah. No more, I don't see them. Trucks, every,
So you buy a shop.
Buy a knife.
You have a sharpener?
they're all,
Buy- buy a
everything they
knife.
buy it from
Yeah.
China and overseas. But years ago, everything was
You should
American
get one.
made, and was
Well, good for the
expensive.
challah knife.
So you had a guy came.
Good for the
every
challah
day,
knife. No.
It's a piece like this,
Had a wheel,
and it just shop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but if the knife has bumps,
beginners.
it's only good for ones that don't have beginners.
Yeah.
It's only good for like the challah.
I see them really use flat, but I don't use heat in the nice.
No,
Father
Sh-
mamish like a
on Shabbos or b'chalal.
Shabbos. Yeah, the pocket knife, no tea.
He used the pocket knife.
Yeah.
For what? For the challah?
See you in a minute. Yeah. It's like
But he would pull out a pocket knife.
a special college Shabbos knife.
But they have regular knives that are also without grippers.
But my father's a minute. It's a no teeth doctor, but it's not sharp. It's,
It was a problem with the shaila.
yeah. Teeth ones are much sharper because it's
Right.
It says there's a guy that Retzach in the house on Erev Shabbos in the kitchen. His wife wanted to prepare and you know, she said, do something, prepare for Shabbos, you know. Say, okay, go to shul, you'll be the best help. He come back.
Go to sleep.
He come back after.
They're shopping.
He come back after 1 hour, and again he's still in the kitchen. So his wife says, "What you do?" He said, "Good help."
What is this?
Shop it. With a knife.
He came back after 1 hour, and again start turning in the kitchen. So his wife says,
And this also square.
he said, "How much did I help?"
With a knife.
For not having a sharp knife is a shalom bias, also according to who?
help us to be insured.
Or the Shulchan Aruch.
Okay.
Everything in Shulchan Aruch comes from previous paskin.
Okay.
Most of it.
What about danger? Danger cutting yourself? That's not what he cares about that.
You watch yourself, you don't touch yourself.
Don't cut yourself. That's not
I
good.
do care about
Cut
it.
it solid.
They usually take away the knives by benching, but not on Shabbos.
Not on
That's a
Shabbos,
good
yeah.
shot, man, but doesn't
And,
have to.
regarding the.
Goes the time.
What type of knife to use? A flat knife or with teeth? You can also use.
The knife here is without teeth.
Oh. You have it like the meat knives. A lot of them without teeth.
Try it.
They have it without teeth. The meat knives are without teeth. They don't want to cut. They don't want to cut the
To rip it.
right. Yeah.
You're ripping the meat.
Bread
You
knife.
have to cut meat.
Bread knives have teeth.
Rabbi, are you
Yeah.
supposed to put the challah knife underneath the challah cover? To hide it,
Not on Shabbos.
it's not on Shabbos, you're supposed to leave it out?
No, but you don't have to.
You don't have-
You don't have to cover by benching.
We can put the knife on the table.
I have some vague memory as a child of some old truck going by with the
With
the
the, I
Shabbos-
saw it, yeah. I remember it used to be a
seltzer truck.
seltzer
Old
truck.
Play shik.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Here,
Play shik and this is milchik.
here you have a flat knife.
Those trucks.
We have another knife here.
With seltzers with the, with
But all of these are flat.
Yeah.
but it's gone.
How do you do it here? Like this?
Now?
I see.
Let's go a few times.
Interesting.
That's it.
So are you doing this every other Shabbos?
Not really.
Not really.
You don't have big two knives, they go like this, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. You eat.
Have to cut the vegetable.
Rabbi, I
Salad.
thought we're supposed to
That's
put
shik.
the challah knife
So
underneath
this
the
is the
challah.
one.
Who does?
I thought we were supposed to put the challah knife.
I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
It was, we're supposed
It's
to-
usually always next to it, so anytime you put the challah cover, it covers it. I didn't hear you have to dafka cover.
Okay.
Do you have to cover the challah when you're making a blessing?
Right.
You have to?
I'm saying.
On Shabbos. Yeah.
Have to?
You know why?
Before you don't have during the hamaitzi, you can pick it up during the hamaitzi. Some people cover, some people don't cover.
Then why you have to cover the collar? You want to be embarrassed.
Ask the bocher once, what's your preparation for Shabbos? Say, take out the pen for the Masha. That's it.
That's what the bacher prepared for Shabbos.
Is he doing something?
No,
Yeah,
I said, don't you
separate.
change this? So no, my Shabbos is before I go to Mitzrayim, and the rest of Shabbos, all I do on the Shabbos, is take out the pen.
He's saying other people prepare for Shabbos.
Siv Vav Toiv Loimar Kol Davar Shekoyin Zeu Lekvoid Shabbos. V'chein v'chol ma'shoyis Toiv Lachshev Sheoyis Lekvoid Shabbos. It's best to say over everything you buy, Lekvoid Shabbos, and everything you do, it's best to think Lachshev Sheoyis Lekvoid Shabbos. But when you buy, it's good to say it. You see many people that are knowing that way. I don't think in Chabad that's the minig, even though it says in the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. But you do see people that they buy, they say Lekvoid Shabbos.
Just like that, lekavod Shabbos?
Yeah,
Also when they
Yeah.
Zeh, davar zeh, lekavod Shabbos? Or-
You have to
Lekvoid
teach-
Shabbos.
Even when they come in the Eid, I remember my Zayda.
I see them taking it off the shelf in the grocery. Look how it's Shabbos.
You have to teach also the wife when she cooks to say Lechvot Shabbat Kodesh. My wife, everything she cooks,
See?
she say Lechvot Shabbat Kodesh.
Oh, that's based on this halach over here.
You trained very well.
She's trying
Or
to
she
say,
trained you well.
Why is that important? Why, what's the significance?
Kabbalah. It's Kabbalah.
It's Kabbalah, I see.
A good question. You knew there was something deeper over here. Now, Rizal.
It's a covered
It's a
Shabbos.
thing in Kabbalah. Dick.
Yeah,
It's a
I didn't know
covered
that.
It's a thing in Kabbalah to say.
That's-
Say
you
the
have to
Kodesh Shabbos
stipulate
Rizal, but
that.
it's not the Minig Chabad. But that's Rizal. Kabbalah.
Rabbi,
What's the
I remember
conflict?
hearing from someone. He told me he was in. I think it was maybe in the DP camps after the war. It was a boy. He Shena Elam Emesh Shalmer Veshetsky.
Oh,
Well, was Shal many years ago.
What's his last name?
Veshetsky, and he was Fabringing, and he was saying how he was a child. He remembers that after the war he was eating by someone's home, and he's from a Russian background, and the person he was staying was from a Polish background, and by the Suda. Every bite that his host was taking, he was saying Lekavod Shabbos. Every soup, later, every soup Lekavod Shabbos, Lekavod Shabbos. And he is a boy; he never saw such a thing. So this was very amusing to him. So he's looking at the scene over here, and he starts to laugh. This is like very funny to him. Look up at Shabbos, look up at Shabbos. The host felt a little funny, it's actually, I started thinking what he's doing it, and he started laughing. So the kids, I don't get a lot. But so does that mimic? There's certain people that do this.
The Sarkis go.
I mentioned this too, Nazai.
Speaking about saying things,
We want to elevate.
we do, it's.
That's why it's Kabbalah.
We have to either say something or do an action. It actually said that in this Tanya.
Right.
So he say to elevate sleep, I think.
Yeah. Siv Zayin. We have to finish up the Simin. Toiv Yoysa Liknis Better Shabbos Mikos Yom Hey. Better to buy the food out of Shabbos, fresh, out of Shabbos, and show it to cover Shabbos. Those drinks and sweet items, those that don't need preparation to be prepared. You'll have a lot of time with you need time.
Well, what's the example that needs more?
You want to make cholent. You need potatoes, meat, chicken. You have to cook it. You have to,
overnight.
it needs tending to. The best to buy that already Thursday, so you have it ready for Friday. Mashenkin, the foods that are ready to make, you can wait for Friday. You should wait for Friday. It's more fresher. Drinks, and especially those days, drinks and fruits and various things. Buy it on Erev Shabbos.
Not so perishable.
Soak overnight, it goes better. Soak it and cook.
Tastes better?
Yeah. The children.
But today you have takeout food, you
Say
go to
Erev
Mechi.
So is there a concept of the 36 hours of Shabbos? Is there
No.
such a thing or no?
No.
According to Kabbalah or no?
The Amsha never has a very long Shabbos, but I don't know.
36 hours. He's
From,
right,
from,
36
from,
hours.
from Friday morning early or from Thursday night?
From the Chatzos. Some tzaddikim from Chatzos and on, they wouldn't do any more malach anymore. Chatzos Erev Shabbos.
Amish no more, nothing.
Yeah, how could that be if you're not going to light candles before 5 minutes?
Nah, they would light the candles or
Lights.
anything that they don't need to do. They
It's really Thursday.
they want it to be all
Erev
prepared.
How can you bring in Shabbos?
No, they wouldn't bring it in. They would be prepared for Shabbos. We're all ready. I did everything I need. Now I'm learning and then preparing ruchnius. And that a different
You go,
anything that the chayiv to do, they did.
Rabbi, you go Thursday night to Mechi, 50 people there. Everybody buying everything ready.
What did you have? That's
Close shop.
Yay, Shlitain, the last halacha, we have to go to Mayri Shlitain, have Tafshilin, the Erev Shabbos, with Toiv, Litim, and Kol Tafshil. Another idea, it says you should taste the Tafshil on Erev Shabbos, and it's best to taste from every Tafshil. That comes from that Arizal.
Why?
Lamaisa, some are noig this way, and some are not noig this way. In Grad and Chabad, they were not noig this way.
A chef does that. A
They were
chef.
not noig to taste it all, but in a lot of Chassidish groups, the very big Indian to how it's called Tayamel. Spoke about this last week a little bit. Tayamel, we had a lot of descriptions of Tayamel from various caterers.
What does that mean?
Tayamel Chaim Zachu. Tayamel that you taste the taste of Shabbos out of Shabbos.
What year? What year?
It's an Indian of Pikabala, Indian that you should do it. But not everyone's noig this way.
To see maybe if they had.
The Chassidim are noig the Tayamel, they have a very big Tayamel.
What happens?
Every household, they have them and they serve the foods of Shabbos out of Shabbos.
What happens if the time is not so good?
They had.
It's like a chef.
Some say
It's like
that's
a
the
chef.
reason, that was the reason for the minute.
What? That was the reason.
The reason was that you should,
Right.
yes.
It's not only
The reason is that you should make sure it's all good for Shabbos. You taste it out of Shabbos, you'll know now it's good for Shabbos. You're not going to have any issue.
Always the same.
I always see a chef always, you always taste it. You give it a little bit of this, a little bit of that. In the kitchen, actually.
Make sure that after the Taimel, you still have leftover food for Shabbos.
If it's still good.
Also giving business.
If
to a
it's
Jew,
still
it's
good,
like
you
I eat the whole cholent.
supporting
eat the whole
community,
challenge. It's very good.
I make the cholent out of Shabbos. I cook it on the fireplace, I mean on the stove. I have it ready before Erev Shabbos Karev. The children all eat cholent Erev Shabbos. We all eat it. Then I transfer it before Shabbos into a crack pot. And I put the meat in the kishkin.
Give it more.
And it's a whole different cholent the next day.
Yeah.
A whole different
More
thing.
mamot.
In Russia, they had beef.
Good for Sephardim or good for Ashkenaz?
Potatoes.
Just potato.
Katoshkis. Katoshkis.
My grandmother used kasha.
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 But the Moshe, that also, Thursday and Friday.
Where was she from? What she did?
They were Galicia, but part was from Ukraine.
Right.
Seems to me.
Right. We didn't have beans. Where were beans?
Friday morning.
Where were beans grown?
Maybe now they are.
Beans were from where South American. What were beans from? South American.
Rugby.
The crocodile. Which sound?
Kasha was a big thing.
Kasha.
Kasha, Russian.
What?
Yeah, Gretschka, yeah. Yeah, Gretschka, yeah.
Kasha was serious. The buck was.
They're
They're gonna send you to Mechis. Oh, you're working for Mechis.
Shalom Aleichem.
No custom.
Made branches, so there's community.
Welcome.
They're all around it.
Okay, we have to go to Maidav.
Want to do summer?
We'll have a Maidav to go to Maidav.
He gives us summary next week. He gives us synopsis before. He's going to do stuff.
We're focusing on the previous Shabbos. Wednesday.
Give him follow a little bit. What? Give him follow a little bit. Yeah. That's nice. I think that's nice. I really want to do that. Yeah. Don't you feel it's the ambience? Don't you feel nice? It's good. We learn together.
No, do it.
It's in the streets to show you when you offend you, you learn together.
But you didn't say the words.
You gonna come back again or you? Not sure. It's not in the mood, but then the very people very friendly. Get out, so we can talk to people what they think. You done mine already? Yeah. I'll be going maybe, I don't know if you'll take the borough. But I'll show you, let me show you what the bus is. The people left. Yeah, because I should show you something. I'll point it out. You said it's all what? You said it's all the end. Yeah, there was, you see electric sign, was it the, you see the sign, but now that's fucking sure. You're sure right on the side of the shit. Let me show it to you. Check out. You see electric sign.